my crafty friends, it's time for another Scrap-lift Crafternoon. Today we will be scrap-lifting Sue Smith 7900 from Instagram with this absolutely gorgeous layout, which includes a solid white background with some splatters, strips of paper, some stitching with a sewing machine, 3 photos, a title at the bottom, and a embellishment up at the top on the left-hand corner, plus a little bit of stamping down at the bottom. So these are the elements that I'm going to copy, although I will not be using 3 photos because I'm going to be using a 6x8 sheet of paper for my background, although I am planning to do some splatters. Who knows if they will even show up? We will see. So first off, let me get my piece of paper here with my background. I don't even know if this is going to stick or not. Let's see if I can make it stick on this one little corner. All right, so I'm going to use, she used some blue, it looks like. Let's see, I have a blue mica mist that I just got. It's called Midnight Horizon. I have no idea how much this will actually look like a splatter, but we're gonna try and we'll see where we go from here. I'm gonna try and move some stuff out of my way and put some extra paper down in case the splatters go a little crazy, because they are prone to do that. So here we go with some splattering in the background. Ooh, this is not even blue at all. Look at that. It's mostly gray. That's okay. I don't even know. Sometimes you don't know with these guys how good they're gonna be. This looks mostly gray. That's okay. I also have, because I don't have any shortage of any splatters or anything here, I have prize ribbon, which is also a dark blue. So we're gonna use some prize ribbon here in oxide to add some dark blue splatters instead of just gray. I could probably just use the stain, but in this case I'm going to use the oxide because that's what I have right at my fingertips. And I'm not going to be shy to splatter. But once I'm done splattering, I'm going to see, just going to roll my paper, my thing like this, on the splatters. All right, so there's my splatters. My background paper is not like a super thick paper, so I can't do a whole lot with ink. It will warp and crinkle, and I don't really want it to do that. So we're just gonna go with this little bit of splatters here, and then I'm going to get my strips of paper. She has a black and white on the top and the bottom. I'm going to show you what I have planned here. She has it at an angle. So I'm going to put my black and white strips like this, kind of at an angle, and then overlap with my other papers. And I've just kind of done a light layout of where I think I want these on here. I'm just doing some random strips that I happen to have, and she looks like she did hers overlapping for the background. And when you put the photo down, you can't see as much, but sometimes you can see a little bit of the background. So my photo is actually going to be this photo. So So it's probably going to overlap a little bit bigger than the background. A little bit bigger than my strips, maybe. That's okay. Because I do like the splatters. Just can't really see them anymore with all these strips of paper. So I'm going to take these over and I'm going to stitch them down. And then I will come right back. I'm going to use my sewing machine to stitch these down. Be right back. All right. In the spirit of the fact that this month for Tool Time Tuesday, we are talking about using a sewing machine as our tool, I'm going to attempt to record my stitching part of this video, of this process. There's just a couple of little things. I'm not going to actually, I'm going to probably take off the audio when I'm actually stitching because my sewing machine is very noisy, but there, and it's a really weird angle. But just wanted to say that when I sew on my paper, I actually use a quilting thread. It's a little bit heavier and it's a cotton, so I don't worry about polyester. I feel like polyester is stronger and it's going to break the paper, but that's just me. I'm weird. You want to make sure your stitch length is a little bit longer so that you're not perforating your paper. The shorter your stitch, you're going to be perforating. You're going to be poking holes instead of actually stitching a stitch. Okay. I did stick my paper down with some tape runner behind it, but not on all the places, because what happens is when you stitch over your tape runner over that sticky, it's going to make your needle get sticky, and that can cause problems with your stitching. It can cause it to be a pain and get stuck and everything. So I would say try not to sew over anything that's been glued. So I only put a little bit over here, and I'm going to try to just go straight, and hopefully I will avoid going over. If you notice your needle is getting gummy, then just stop and wipe it off or change out your needle or something like that. Those are my quick little tips right now, and then hopefully I can record this well enough that you can see what I'm doing. You can't see my presser foot. It's right here. I actually have what's called a walking foot on, and the walking foot will feed the paper from the top as well as underneath with the feed dogs. So, but I'll talk more about that during our Tool Time Tuesday at the end of the month. And there will be other Tool Time Tuesday videos this whole month long. Be sure to check those out on some other channels around YouTube land. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and record this and take off the audio. Just put music because like I said, my sewing machine is quite noisy, and it doesn't matter how much I oil it, it still makes noise. So, okay. Put any other comments you have or questions about stitching on paper in the comments so that I can answer them and address them in my next Tool Time Tuesday video. Here we go. done stitching, and my thread only broke once, and I stitched a lot before I realized that, but that's okay. I went back and I fixed that. Plus it's going to be mostly hidden behind my photo anyway, so I'm not worried about it. So what you can do when you get to the end after you've stitched things down is you can, you have a couple different choices. You can leave the threads loose, and kind of roll the dice about whether or not it'll come unsewn, and if you care, that's fine. I mean, you might not. I don't think I really care with mine. I think this is probably going to live inside of a pocket page, a pocket protector, so I'm not really that worried about the things being loose. Plus I've also backstitched at the beginning and the end, which sort of locks in your stitches. If you stitched over, you're kind of securing your stitching, so you don't have to worry about it as much. You could also go through and add a piece of tape to the back to secure it some more. You can pull the threads through to the back if you want to. That's kind of up to you. So I think for mine, I'm just going to trim them down to be kind of closer to the thing, because I did cut them off pretty long, and then leave them kind of loose, because I like that texture, even though in a pocket page you're not going to get that as much. But so I'm just going to come back in here and snip off the thread tails pretty close to the page. So there's my paper. I really like how that looks. Okay, here's my photo. Now, like I had said before, it's a little bit bigger. Plus, we have very little real estate to work with on this 6x8 piece of paper, but that's okay. So, we're going to add this little, first I'm gonna put my photo down here. First time using my tape runner, my ETG. See, I'm still learning how to do it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stick that down at a little bit of a wonky angle, because my thing is wonky. I always love wonky. Okay, and I'm going to put this down here. This is kind of my title-ish. And then in the photo, it has, in the original, it has a butterfly plus 3 little bits up here at the top that kind of looks like washi. Oh, and I know what I was going to do. I was going to take this and use something like this. It's just a bit of my sticker from the print shop stickers that I have in my kit this month. Just gonna add like a little bit of that up here. And then I'm gonna grab this butterfly and the word smile like she has on hers. And then down here at the bottom, the flower. And then, you know, I really like This is kind of a fun, a little bit of a pun because, even though it's not the word sewing, but we are all, it is a quilt event, so sewing is a big part of that. And if I could, I should go in and actually use, oh, it almost fit. Might have to move it over a little bit. I think okay, gotta get this to fit, right? And I'm gonna make it fit. There we go. Perfect. Ta-da! Fits. I love that. All right, and then she has one more little butterfly. But I might just put a heart. Like that. Smile, so much fun. There we go. Happy place. I think that's super fun. I think that's good. I'm going to call it good. You've got the splatters, we've got the butterfly and the title smile. We've got the stitching and the title down in the corner with a heart or with a flower and some other elements. And that's it. So thanks so much for joining me for this hop today, and don't forget to go check out the other ladies that are doing the hop too, and I think it'll be fun to see how they interpret the same inspiration. So thanks so much. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.